Amazon EC2, it means Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud, is a core component of Amazon and very important from AWS exam point of view. It is the first web service launched by AWS that provides secure, resizable compute capacity in the cloud. Think of it as a virtual server in the cloud, which gives you a compute capacity in the cloud. With EC2, you get complete control with ease of access. Consider that you need a machine to execute your code in cloud. In general, what will you require? Yes, a hardware, an operating system, and a memory. So it behaves like an actual computer, and it provides its own virtual hardware, including CPUs, memory, hard drives, network interfaces, and other devices. Also, you get ability to select a platform and hardware of your choice. Amazon EC2 currently supports a variety of operating systems including Amazon Linux, Ubuntu, Windows Service, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, Fedora CentOS, and allows you to effectively create virtual machines of their own choice of configurations, storage space, and network connectivity. And yes, EC2 is secure. EC2 has multiple built-in security features. When you launch an instance, it is run in a virtual private cloud that is a logically isolated network. Users have complete control over who can access the instances in the cloud. Amazon EC2 has security groups that act as virtual firewalls to control traffic to one or multiple instances. Let's discuss what are the benefits of using EC2 in cloud, and which is not in spinning up in physical machine. There are various visible benefits of using EC2 web service. Consider all these benefits at corporate level when you are a part of an organization and responsible for building up a data center or high-end service. The first is reducing waiting time. Using Amazon EC2 eliminates your need to wait and invest in hardware upfront, so you can develop and deploy applications faster. You can go to your admin's console and quickly spin up your instances within seconds, rather than waiting for approval and arriving of machines in your data center. Second benefit is pay as you go. You will be charged by the hour, and you have to pay only for what you have used. Amazon EC2 changes the economics of computing by allowing you to pay only for capacity that you actually use. For example, a company, ABC, might be using 100 servers normally, and on Mondays, it scales down to 50 servers. So, it only has to pay for 50 servers those days, not the usual fee for the usage of 100 servers. Even when you use your Amazon EC2 instances services for a few hours, you only need to pay for that time period and nothing more. Third benefit is time to market. It lessens the need to invest in hardware and helping the business applications on reaching time to market. Next benefits is auto-scaling. It means scaling up and down instances. Yes, auto-scaling is a feature which provides AWS resources, like EC2 according to the demand. They either scale up or scale down corresponding to the increase or decrease demand during peak or low transactions, like on any holiday for, say, Christmas or Thanksgiving Day. Another benefit is EC2 helps in increased reliability. AWS is spread across more than 20 worldwide regions with 61 availability zones or AZs data centers, which helps your business when it is expanding. You can always store multiple copies of your applications in multiple AZs so that when one data center fails or loses data, the applications will not fail completely. One more benefit is its elasticity. Cloud elasticity is a system's ability to manage available resources according to the current workload requirements dynamically. It comes in handy when the system is expected to experience sudden spikes of user activity and, as a result, a drastic increase in workload demand. EC2 Web Services has many features and it's one of the prominent web services because in one way, it is the base of everything in the cloud. These are various features. Integration with other AWS resources. EC2 can integrate with other AWS services such as RDS, SimpleDB, and SQS. Administrative control. Users get administrative access to their instances, can stop and start EC2 instances while retaining boot partition data, and can access console output for the instance. You can change the access and features in EC2. Security in AWS. Cloud security at AWS is the highest priority. Users can control which instances remain private and which have internet exposure. EC2 leverages Amazon Virtual Private Cloud or VPC for security, and business can connect their secure IT infrastructure to resources in VPC. With the help of security groups, network access control list, and other security add-ons, we will discuss these in details in coming sessions. Cost. Among a number of pricing options, EC2 offers affordable hourly rates and pay-as-you-go. It means you will be charged for what you use. Okay, so before we move ahead, let's understand the concept of AMI and how it is related to EC2. This is important in AWS exam point of view. What is AMI? An AMI stands for Amazon Machine Image. An AMI stands for Amazon Machine Images. An AMI is a virtual image used to create a virtual machine within an EC2 instance. You can also create multiple instances using single AMI when you need instances with the same configuration. You can also create multiple instances using different AMI when you need instances with a different configuration. It also provides a template for the root volume of an instance. You will see few questions around this root volume. An AMI includes the following: one or more EBS snapshots, launch permissions that control which AWS accounts can use the AMI to launch instances, a block device mapping that specifies the volumes attached to the instance when it's launched. We should understand that an AMI includes the various stages. As you see, the picture there are multiple stages of AMI like pending, running, shutting down, and terminated. First, you need to create and register an AMI. You can use an AMI to launch EC2 instances. You can also copy an AMI to some different region. When AMI is no longer required, then you can also deregister it. This can be an AWS exam question that we should remember that the instance in terminated state has been permanently deleted and cannot be started and will not be billed even in stopped state, and in shutting down state it will not be charged. Only instances in running state is billed. Other important point is, some AWS resources, such as an Amazon EBS volumes and elastic IP addresses, incur charges regardless of the instance's state. Let me walk you through the difference between Instance Store-backed instance and EBS-backed instance. An instance store is an EC2 instance using an instance store as root device volume. It is always created from a template stored in S3. But an EBS-backed instance means that the root device for an instance launched from the AMI is an EBS volume and it is created from an EBS snapshot. Data on an instance store volume persists only during the life of the associated instance. If an instance is stopped or terminated, any data on instance store volumes is lost. But EBS volume persists independently from the running life of an instance. After an EBS volume is attached to an instance, you can use it like any other physical hard drive. An instance volume boot time is slower than EBS. An instance store, if an instance is stopped or terminated, any data on instance store volumes is lost. A very important AWS exam point is generally asked in exam is that data on the EBS volume is lost in two conditions. The first condition is for EBS root volume if delete on termination flag is enabled or enabled by default. Second is for attached EBS volumes if the delete on termination flag is enabled or disabled by default. This is also a very important exam questions that data on EBS volume is not lost in following three scenarios. First is reboot on the instance. Second is stopping an EBS-backed instance. Third is termination of the instance for the additional EBS volumes. Okay friends, that was a cool discussion, isn't it? We discussed a lot in this session, like EC2 instance basic and its features. What is AMI and different types of AMI and AMI lifecycle? Difference between instance store-backed instance and EBS-backed instance. Let's continue EC2 session in next video and discuss few more interesting things there.